Y'all, the Lord been on me heavy about September being the month of submission, suffering, and success. September is the month of submission, suffering, and success. And you can't get to the third one without going through one and two. Success is only the measurement of your sustainability and your suffering and how you come out of it. That's having success. I feel like we tend to care so much about what people think and what people say and what they're doing, and okay, this is culturally right, or this is a trend, this fits in the trend, or whatever the case may be. But we don't make the Lord and his word and Christ a trend. We don't make that into a trend. And I wonder why. Why don't we make lifting up the person, the energy, the entity who created all of this, who created you, to even have an opinion, or to even have things to sustain or suffer through, or to have success from? Why don't we put that on a pedestal? And we so quick to complain, God, why me? Lord, why me? Why not you? We got to understand that suffering is only caused suffering because it's uncomfortable, because you're being taught something, because you're going through a tribulation, a hardship that's going to give you the blueprint on what not to do. It's going to give you the blueprint on, okay, you can use this thing that I got out of you from this season. You can use your new strength, your new heart, your new way of praying to the Lord, your new way of finding solutions on how to overcome this situation the next time it happens. You have to use those keys and those lessons to get to success. And that comes with submission. You're not going to be able to see these things in a way that you're supposed to see it if you don't submit to the process, if you don't submit to the system. We are submitting to the wrong system. We are submitting to the world system, and that's making us suffer in vain. When the Bible said you're going to have trials and tribulations, you're going to suffer, you're going to go through things, you're going to da 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 da. But the Lord will not put that and have that happen to you for no reason. He's not going to just make you go through things, oh, you're broke for this year or a couple years or whatever. He's teaching you how to manage your money. He's teaching you how to not be so giving sometimes. I know that's like, what? But listen. And when I say giving, I mean giving your money, giving your access away to things that's not working for you, that's giving your money to, giving your access to things that just make you feel good. So that's counterproductive to the suffering that we're supposed to go through and hold on to and extract the lessons from. Not just to be like, oh my God, this hurt, this, da 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 da. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, but it was meant to be hard, because if everything was easy, you wouldn't know how to fight a battle when it came your way. You wouldn't know how to sustain yourself when life happens. This stuff is going to happen. When you don't have that much money, you learn to appreciate, okay, let me budget this, let me do this, let me budget this, because you never know. Excuse the airplane, but you never know when something may come to your life and enter your life in that timeline, and something may hit you and you're not gonna know what to do. It's because you didn't submit to the suffering. And in my case, I didn't submit to the authority that I had in my life because of what I felt like they should have been doing. What I felt like, okay, culture says fathers should do this. You're not doing it, so therefore I'm not submitting to you. I'm not listening to your authority. But it messed me up. When I got out here, the world showed me what it was. At every job that I had, I was clashing with my managers. Listen, y'all. When you're meant to be great, when you got a calling on your life is gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy. It's not you're not gonna feel happy. We weren't really meant to be happy here. Because if we were happy with everything that goes along here, we wouldn't want to make any changes. We wouldn't want to, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't want to fully submit to what God has called us to do and the reason why we're here. You wouldn't even be here if you didn't have some type of playing role into this system that we're so brainwashed under, that we fell into because we had role models in our lives that didn't teach us the correct way and guide us the correct way. And Satan and the devil used that tactic to make you think that you got everything under control, to make you think that you don't need a man, you don't need your dad, and you sure as hell don't need God. And you sure as heck don't need to submit to anything. That's how the devil is working, and we become so hard and hardened. And that's what I was. That's what I did. And I believed that I could do everything myself. That I believed that there was nothing outside of myself that could get this done. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know everything. I only know what the Lord tells me, and it feels great to just submit to that. I have only one job, and that is to listen and to act on whatever He's telling me. Y'all, submission is hard because we're taught so much of the self-enlightenment and manifesting things on your own. You know what I'm saying? But we forget the godly, the lordly aspect of life, y'all. How can we get here and forget that we were not from here? You're not from here. And I want y'all to know that. This just made me mad because they want to start mowing the lawn and stuff when I'm preaching, y'all. I feel like I'm preaching because the Lord done preached this to me before I even woke up. It's on me heavy. And I am in front of dead trees, dead leaves right here. And it's a reason why I came here to prophesy this message, because we are amongst a lot of dead people, a lot of dead souls, a lot of just deadness. And you see how I just fit so perfectly in that little spot, right? God made you so perfect. He made you to the point where you cannot miss if you just listen. If you just act on what He told you, that wind is blowing because I'm speaking, He's speaking. If you just listen to what He told you and act on what He told, don't let the things that may have influenced you to think that you're not good enough, that you don't have enough skill, that you will never be nothing in life. Don't let any of those thoughts, those things make you feel like that's the end all be all. That's part of the suffering. That's part of the building. That's part of the molding that the Lord is taking you through. Don't let those things stop you. Let those things teach you. If you wake up one morning feeling like, oh, I'm not worthy, I'm just not motivated, I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus. Lord, give me the power. Lord, give me the strength. Lord, give me the peace in my heart, the courage to speak and to act on and to do the things that you called me to do. I know this is your voice. I know this is you telling me to do these things, but I'm so caught up in the culture, and I'm so caught up in what I'm used to and what makes me comfortable, Lord. I don't want to stop smoking. I don't want to stop hitting the bong. I don't want to stop drinking because it makes me feel better. It allows me to leave my body and my mind for just a second, just so I can think, just so I can chill. When the longer you smoke and drink, you're sustaining the chill and the comfort, and when you look up, it's too late. But see, I came to disrupt all of that, because this is how I'm going to use my two-faced ability, since everybody want to call Gemini's two-faced. And I thank the Lord for making me this way. So rebellious, so independent, so strong thinking, so you can't tell me nothing. The devil was using my... Let me fix this, I'm sorry. The devil was using my resistance to submit to any type of authority, because he knew that if the right words were implanted in me, if the right spirit was implanted in me, if I didn't take time to sit down and surrender what I thought I knew, what I thought I wanted, what I thought I had control over, what I thought I could do without the Lord, without help. He knew that if he got me to that point, I would never become the person that God called me to be, along with my rebelliousness, along with my hard-headedness, along with the way that I think. Now, if I just incorporate those things and put it and submit those things onto the Lord, you know how powerful I could be? You know how powerful I am to have all those things submitted to him. Lord, don't use my rebelliousness for my own good. Use my rebelliousness against the people who's trying to lie to us and deceive us. It's so much backwards in the world, and they want us to be okay with this. They want us to be okay. They want us to just drink and get high, ignore all the problems. They want us to leave mentally when it's like God is saying, wake up. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. I'm trying to get through. You got to submit. You got to submit. You got to suffer. And I'm sorry, but this world is a beautiful place. But you're going to have to suffer sometimes. You're going to have to go through seasons where you feel like giving up. You feel like, okay, you know what? I can't do this no more. It got to be something else. But that's where the Lord wants you at. Because the devil going to promise you anything you want just to keep you going, just to keep you under his system, under his control. But you know what's crazy? When you go in the music industry, you are literally selling your soul. Your soul is dying. You're giving your soul to these elites, this group, these people that promised you, okay, yeah, if you do this, I'm going to give you that. Boom, boom, boom. But you know what's crazy? In the industry, in the world, you have to die to be something. When the Lord died for you to live, when the Lord already sent Jesus to die for you, he gave life. You lost yours. You know how much Jesus had to suffer? You know how much he had to submit to the process, to what was going on? You chose me to die? You chose to give me up to these crazy people. and he did it. He died for us. The Lord gave up his only son for us. You know how much suffering that is. You know how much submission that they both had to go through to make this happen. To have all of this happen. Y'all, we've been taught backwards. And it's time to suffer. And I know that sounds so crazy. But it's only doing good. And you only comfortable right now because you're being lied to. If you knew the truth, you wouldn't be doing none of this. You would start suffering too. And even if you are suffering, you're suffering in vain if you're not submitting to the Lord. You're suffering for nothing. I'd rather suffer, you know what I'm saying, doing my workout, to work my arms out, knowing that I'm getting that muscle. You got to go through seasons and times where it just don't feel comfortable. And I had that messed up. I had everything messed up. And this month, starting today, but I'm going before y'all, whoever watched this, I'm saying out loud and to the Lord, and this is hard to say, but I want the Lord to bring on anything that I have to go through to get better. I pray that he gives me the strength, the love, and the courage and the sustainability of my mind, heart, and soul to get through whatever lesson he's showing me, aka suffering. Without suffering, there would be no success. Without submission, there would be no success. And success isn't always being rich or having everything you want. Success, to me, is living in the way that you're supposed to be living, and everything is flowing beautifully, and everything is flowing at equilibrium, and everything is just going right how the Lord intended it to. And because that, and since you're here, you play a part in that. So your success is going to come no matter what, as long as you submit to that, as long as you give your gifts and your talents to God. Don't give it to the industry. Don't give it to the wrong people. Don't give it to the devil. The devil is going to use it and make money off of you. Just, hello? That's what's going on in the music industry and the movies and all of that. They're using you to help push their agenda. Music isn't bad within itself. You know what I'm saying? It's just what we're saying. It's just what we're delivering. It's what we're putting in these people's ears and their heads and their hearts and their minds with this music, with these movies, with these false teachers, all of these things. And until you submit those things to the Lord, I'm telling y'all, submission isn't just about getting on your knees and looking hopeless. And to me, honestly, that's not even what it looks like. But I only said that because I know people who may think that, and I want to get them out of that mindset. It's not looking stupid. It's not about looking crazy. I don't care what I look like to these people. When I submit my talent and my voice and my messages to the Lord, he helps me know what to say. He gives me what to say, what to write my music about, because that's going to help somebody else. Your life is connected to somebody else's that you don't even know about. It's not about you. Jesus' life was connected to all of this. It wasn't about him at that moment. He had to submit. And now look at him. He's the most famous entity on earth. Everybody know who Jesus is. If they don't know him, they heard of him, or they heard the Bible, or they heard of God, or you know what I'm saying? Don't lose yourself by trying to be somebody. Go to the Creator and ask him yourself, what did you make me for? Like, what am I here for? Because this is crazy. So what am I supposed to be doing? What do you want me to do? Submit. Submission is a beautiful thing. If you look at it the right way, submission is a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, and you're only suffering in vain right now. I'm telling you, if you have not submitted and gave your life to Christ, I know I sound like my grandparents, but I'm telling you, we need to go back to the old times anyway. We need to go back to that flow of discipleship, of discipline, of leadership, of guidance anyway. We've been taught the wrong way anyway. There's so many generations before you, before me, that has revealed this idea of submitting to the Lord. And you can see it in the world today. I've seen it in myself. But submission isn't what we think it is. Submission isn't what they make it out to be. Submission is about giving your burdens, your troubles, your talents, even the good things to the Lord, so he can take it and put it back into you in the way that it's supposed to be imported back into you, so you can import it and project it out properly, the right way to the world that the Lord intended it to be imported out and projected out into the world. But he chose you. So now you have to choose him. It's a conversation. It's a relationship. It's a two-way street. Y'all working together. Y'all are co-creating. You co-create with the Lord. to make your outcome, to see your environment better, to see your life grow and evolve, to see the best version of yourself. I hope I'm making sense. I'm just loving how this sun is shining on me because it's light, y'all. And I'm trying to spread light. And it's all love, man. Like, it's all love. So I hope that got through. I hope that message got through. It's the Lord has been really heavy on me about those three things, and you know what I'm saying. Like, don't let past experiences, don't let the wrong guidance make you think that's the end all be all. It's not. There's something else out there. So don't only just submit yourself, and don't submit to the wrong things. Submit yourself to the Lord, and submit your gifts, your talents, your kids, your burdens, everything that holds you hostage in your mind, in a good way and a bad way, and give it back. Submit it back to the Lord, and He will give it back to you in a way that He wants you to give it, if that makes sense. It's so easy to fall in this system. It's so easy to forget who the Lord is. It's so easy to forget who you are and who He made you to be in this system. Money. In the Bible, it was acres and a mule, y'all. Like, don't fall for that. Submit to the right things. Don't submit to that. Submit to the Lord. Submit to the right thing. And it will take you so far. You will have success. Grow your discipline, your character, you know what I'm saying, your integrity, your prayer life, your relationship with the Lord, your obedience. These are all things that are being worked on for you to even experience the riches that come along with it. The Lord is molding me in a way where I'm going to be talking to thousands of people. And if the world isn't washed out of me fully, I'm only going to come off as arrogant. There's no way you could have asked me this a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, would I be doing this? I would not tell you yes, because I didn't know. I didn't submit yet. I was trying to be so much of the world. I was trying to please the world. I was trying to please women. I was trying to please the people that hurted me. When all I care about now is pleasing God, pleasing the Lord, because I learned and I submitted to the fact that He has control. And the only reason that I'm here is because of Him, and it's for a reason. What do you have for me to do? What do you have for me to finish out or be the start of? But they're both the same if you think about it. But what do you have for me? What do you have? And why am I here? And not in a way where it's like, why am I here, Lord? No, ask Him. Have that conversation. Why did you leave? Why did you do these things to me? Why did you allow me to go through this? What am I here for? What does my life consist of? How can I fully put you back on a pedestal so that way my life could be the way that it should be? I know those questions maybe sparked some emotion because they weren't just questions for the Lord. So, all in all, I just feel like the world is a beautiful place. It has its ugly moments, the rough patches, but without the darkness, you wouldn't have light. So it's all a beautiful thing if you just let things be what it is and learn from what it is instead of trying to change or, just submit to it. Submit to it. And the quicker you submit to the process, the quicker the time and seed time harvest starts. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. So I thank y'all for watching. I just want to say a prayer over everybody who's watching and listening. Let me tell y'all something. My submission process didn't start with dressing feminine. It didn't start with me wearing eyelashes. It didn't start with me dating men again. It didn't start with none of that. It started with my soul, my spirit saying, okay, you know what? I'm tired. I am tired. And I know that I've came far a long way, but I feel like I've came the wrong way. Just like J. Cole said in his song, shout out to him. That's a real listen. J. Cole went through some stuff. He know what he's talking about. I got tired. It wasn't until my soul and my energy and my heart, y'all, submitted to the Lord and submitted to my life. This breath, this experience. That's when it started happening. Not when I dressed different. Not when I dated different people. I went to the Lord first. And then that led me to my outer world. Who I love, who I'm loving. You know what I'm saying? Who loves me? How I love myself, how I express myself, how I come off into the world. All of those things didn't turn and transform and shift until I came to a place in my soul and my heart and said, okay, I surrender. Y'all, it's a process. It's a process. It's a process. Even the devil gotta ask the Lord to do stuff before he do it. It's levels to this, y'all. It's like the New World Order is like their system. It's like their script. Everything, the Illuminati, the elites, the groups that's controlling and running everything, that's trying to mock. It's a mockery of the Lord. And that's why all this stuff is going how it is now. People are coming down from rank in entertainment and every, like, it's time to wake up. Because we already got our script written out. What the Lord said that he has for us. We already got it written out. We already got the script written out. The scriptures. Those are our scripts that we have to follow. Not none of this Illuminati crap. Not none of these elites. Not none of these groups that's running everything. If you submit your stuff to the wrong people, to these record labels, to these gurus, you're not going to be sustained. Because they can take that right back from you. It's a script that we've been following. It's a system that we've been following. The simulation, all that. But we forgot that the Bible, what the Lord said, the word, all of that is our script, the scriptures. We already have scripts to follow, y'all. And we just forget. I hope somebody caught that. I hope that really touched somebody this morning. And I hope that, it spoke measures. And even if it didn't, even if this video don't please people, even if I don't get likes, whatever the case may be, I know the Lord is looking at me saying, job well done, because this is what he gave me to say. And this is what he gave me to do. And I'm doing it. And it feels good to submit. Because I have no fear. I don't care about what people say about me. Look at her hair. Look at her dress. Oh my God. Da, 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 da. She got tattoos all on her body. How she talking about? I submitted. That was all. That was all. I thank y'all for watching. I really do thank y'all for listening and watching, though, because it shows that the Lord hears me. which I know he does, but I want him to know that I'm listening too and I hear him too, and I want to act on, and I'm acting on what he tells me to, and I want to see the fruit. I'm so ready to see the fruit of my work. And I still do though. I see it little here, and I love what I see already so far, and it just gives me life, and it just fills me up with love and life. And I don't want to do anything but just keep going and just have my voice being heard around the world with no arrogance in it, with no cockiness in it, with no entitlement in it. Just pure love and pure submission, and and guidance, and just peace and all the right things, y'all. So that was the podcast for today. It's a little different setting, but it's still the same message. It's still the same intention. It's still the same mission. Ashe.